epiphany on Uranus because I'm a very Uranian person. It's one of the things that you like about me in my mental expressions, which could be more like the things that I write down and then your mind. I'm a kind of a mental person that way. See, I have Mercury conjunct Uranus 2 degrees. So I know about Uranus. I know about astrology. Mercury conjunct Uranus is, if you want to know something, folks, what astrology points at, people are born to do things. They are born being able to do things. They are born already doing things. And so when you see a Mercury conjunct Uranus, oh, that's a born astrologer right there. Teach them astrology, they're going to intuitively figure it out. And then whatever sign it is in, I imagine that's what genre or consciousness they will be catering to as an astrologer there. Because astrology represents the journey, the evolution of human consciousness from cradle to grave, figuratively, but literally, we have a whole human organism. I'm kind of jumping ahead of myself here, but this is very scientific. We are one with the universe, and the I am is also operating like that. I mean, that's just what we're talking about. We're not talking about just you're an individual and you have this isolated, encapsulated experience that you're just limited to this. No, you're part of a collective here, an organization, maybe. How about organic? Let's say that we have orgasms. No, what does that have to do with anything? I'm talking about organisms. Ask a sheep. What is real? Is an organism there or do you have orgasm? A fucking sheep will tell you we have orgasms. And they frolic off into this like, thank God there's higher bushes out there. Anyway, that's just what's happening. You don't speak gibberish to anybody on the second dimension. It's like, could you make sense? Yes, it makes perfect sense. We are your shepherds. We are the ones who make the language from outer space. I know you are arrogant little sheep and fucking people. But in the word organism, there's your fun. It's the only word that's real that's there. We're not skipping out on you. Look at it again, Huns. Look at it again. Don't be Luke. Your documents are going to be safe if you include the R and just reverse that curse. The R is there. It's there. You can keep it up in the word orgasm. I mean, organism. But it's there just, in any word, you have to use your imagination. It's not set in stone. That reverse thing, it's like, how can you do it? Do it any old way. Can you slur it and make it at least sound like when a child hears it, even though it was spelled wrong, E-E-R, it still sounds like ear. Okay, do you have an ear? I know I'm right. With a lot of this stuff, when you hit the truth of truths, it even includes fitting keys about the fact of your interfacing system sent from outer space called the English alphabet. It gives you strength. It pumps you up. You will experience instant healing. You will be instantly restored. You will have this superhuman strength like Christ Jesus over there. Don't worry, I'll get it, she said, and she carries her cross over and jumps on it. Yay! I'm just kidding. Story goes, though, that. And why did the story go that way? Who cares if a man is strong? He's strong all the time. Oh, God. And at the very end, he was strong. He carried the cross. He could barely carry it, but it would still carry it. It took 5 people to try to carry the cross for him. Her. Who cares if a man is strong? It was a woman. That's why it was a big deal. Man, she was strong. Even at that very moment, people wanted to help her, and she's like, carrying the fucking cross. And they want to help her because everybody should have been rushing in saying, bullshit, this is us too. What are you doing to us? Why? The tables are going to start to turn. That T is going to start to turn. What difference did it make? Did you see a difference? Oh my God. Let's get back to one. We are one with the universe. Whoever Juan is, find out who that is. I'm sure it's a who. We're positive about that already. We've gotten that straightened out. It's always a who, never a how. I'm just kidding. Boy, if I just stop kidding, do you think people will learn more? No. A Buddhist or a master, especially a Zen master, we're going to beat around the bush. We want you to find it and think we're crazy and run away from us and say, damn, I figured it out. A leader is only good when everybody can't see him, but they think that they figured it out and they reached the goal. I'm definitely a leader. When you hear somebody like, Jesus, was it fun being a leader? Tell us. God, that does look like fun. Here, can I get some of that blood? Yay. Ah. Whenever I do that, that's my reptilian lifestyle and or character that I believe might be here. How do I get out of here? Where's my camera? We're still doing Mercury and Sag, and I'm pretty sure we have still Venus and Sagittarius. Can we get some comedy relief here? The women, the Venus and Sagittarius is like they're enjoying the slapstick, because Sagittarius is I don't know. See, I'll say it again, and this is the truth. I have very few Sagittarius affiliations. Each and every one of them, none of them has shown signs of not being enlightened. They are enlightened. I think they're born enlightened. Maybe they're Jupiter ruled, and what if they're not born enlightened? I don't know. I think eventually they get enlightened. That's just their path. They're just naturally like that. So anyway, talking about Venus, when you have Venus, that's your love, that's your pleasure. And so if you love Sagittarius, you're like you love that enlightened, and boy, the enlightened, anything is possible with our communication. Look at Jim Carrey. He's an enlightened being. Look at George Carlin. They use the truth and their way to express to be successful. And it comes in many forms that way, but the performing arts is one. And I was just thinking the other day, or was it just this morning, sitting on the toilet, I was like, you know what, comics and well, the standard empath, these are our leaders. These are the people that, if they can make people laugh, genuinely, babes, to the scale where all of a sudden, George Carlin thought about it twice. He wasn't being very successful at first, and he sat in the dark, and he's like, you know what? The best laughs, like, he's looking at it, right? He's watching his videos. He's like, the best laughs I'm getting are the ones that I feel really insecure about, most likely. And I just tell the truth in such a way, it's like, it astonishes the crowd, and they just start belting out laughing because it hits their funny bone. And I zing. Everybody has the same experience, and is like, what did you say about um, the club? The club. The owners. They own you. Right? Did you see that? Anyway, go back on stage and just tell the truth, and you're the funniest person, and it's even comedy horror at time. You better learn to make a face like that. And then eventually, really, I mean, who knows what happened to George Carlin, but Jim Carrey, he's doing the right thing he just disappears. He just disappears away from society. Once you really figure it out, you're like, God, I gotta get out of here. How do I get out from this enmeshment and entanglement with these people who are mad? And guess what, babes? They're never gonna get any higher than, like, it's maturity thing, spiritually, mentally, and even physically. These are big babies. It's like, we need to go wherever Amelia Earhart flew off to and never came back, wherever the intelligent people went. I decided to make my videos a lot longer. I'm going to post this. Well, I'll post it while Mercury and, well, mainly Venus is still in Sagittarius telling her jokes. She is most likely a comedian. She's like going around the world, and she's looking around, and she's just trying to stay in the journey happy, right? Try to stay in the happy journey as a happy person, and unfortunately, yes, the mood of that, the one of the defenses, is just to never stop moving. Don't slow down. go around the world. All you know is coffee shops and your fucking thing, and you're in your car and a taxi and you're on a plane. That's Sagittarius. They've been around the world at some point. You talk to them, maybe they've moved at least from 1,000 trillion, a whole other country, miles away. But they've traveled the world, and either that or they've went somewhere in their minds. They're high-minded people. These are the ones. This is what point. See, Sagittarius, big book rulership, rules. All the studies of everything, like especially geologically and geographically, which is the cultural information. I mean, this is Jupiter expanding. See, Jupiter ruled. I'm just giving you an astrology lesson now. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. Same like vibration, which is just Jupiter rules expansion because it's the biggest planet. I mean, think about it. It's exaggerated too. Sagittarius is the biggest exaggerated ego out of all the fire signs. You look at it, it's like, oh God, who is this person? If they are righteous, though, it's like you can't knock it. They're usually very educated. That it rules the philosophical schooling. They are a walking encyclopedia with something, and most likely have a skill, mastery, or a degree in something. I haven't met a Sagittarius that hasn't been that way. So anyway, and they can transcend all of that worldly, like book read stuff, and they're just high minded. They're enlightened, is what I'm trying to tell you. And love Sagittarius. I love it. It's yeah. It'd be trying it right now. Mercury, what you're getting, is how it sextiles my Mercury Uranus conjunction Libra. Uh, Very beneficial for me to and Sagittarius to be around each other. They really appreciate my mind. It's conjunct Uranus, so it's kind of tricky. It means that my mind is now infused with the Aquarius vibration, and Aquarius, talk about high-minded people. Uranus rules is the higher octave mind. There's Mercury, and if you look at them, the symbology and Uranus, they both kind of look the same. And I guess I should start getting cards and showing you, and everybody needs to, if you want, you should memorize how the planets look symbologically, how the signs look symbologically, and then memorize what degree your planets are. Remember at least the first 9 planets. There's a lot of confusion on internet where they're all just a bunch of egos saying and Chiron, and now we have how many other meteor type um, asteroids and stuff that they count. And I'm not saying that it's invalid, and it's like trying to say that not that some kind of part of creation doesn't relate to us at all. And it's like, no, we're all connected and we're all related. I know. That's what we're here to learn. I hate to tell you, and a lot of people will start stabbing at each other, saying you're a hypocrite. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, we're here to realize that we are affecting everything else, and it's like pretty soon would you stop thinking that it's any one person's fault that things go awry. It's not your fault or mine, period. We have a responsibility to figure out how it's all working, and on top of handling the system who says this is how it's going to work for you. And it's like, really, we have to run for what? Is it for money or is it just for food? I say it's just for food. People don't want to starve, and they'll do anything. Oh, money is going to get you bells and whistles. See, I'm not ever saying that I don't like the clothes I'm wearing because money has been able to get me these things. See, I don't even think that money should be used in the way it's using. If somebody is sitting on fucking $33 trillion and they're masterminding how the fact that this piece of clothing, you want to know the truth about it? It's a piece of crap. The cut, it's a great, you can see the idea behind it, that they've got all the materials together, and I can fucking spend another 15 minutes giving you a fashion show or lesson or to tell you how I have had it mended together to make it fit for me. It wouldn't fit anybody. Look at these fucking sleeves right now. I'm sorry. But they're saying that this, and so I supposedly get it on sale because the thing says close to $100, but it's like, no, and now you can only get it for close to 30. Not even that. And it's like, why? Well, really look at it. The intention is there. You want to pull off these buttons and try again. Just take the zippers off. Start hitting now because it's the cut that sucks. We're not even making our own clothes, and we're walking around. If you look at it, I swear to God, I go and I look. Last time it was like, okay, so I went to a courthouse, right? You go to a courthouse to pay a ticket or something. This was years ago, and I looked around. First of all, why isn't it? I cannot stand polyester myself. I will not do synthetic clothing. No, it's I'm my skin. I've already been through Taurus. I have a very Taurian nature, and it's like silk. Please, silk. Silk feels good. Feel it. You wonder why? And then so fucking one time. Oh, sorry, I'm talking now. One time yeah, no, here comes an official, like a police officer or something, and it's all polyester. And then I look closer, and they have eczema. So this whole site, I'm feeling because as an empath, I'm like, and then of course I get compassion for them, and I try to make them feel good there, and they're the one giving me a fucking ticket. All right, have a nice day. I'm trying to wait for it to be on a